Recently, I've been reading a lot about climate change, rising temperatures, floods, and wildfires. Sometimes it feels overwhelming. Do you think we, as students, have any real role to play in addressing such a global issue?
Absolutely, Karan. Every individual's actions matter, no matter how small. Students can contribute by practicing sustainable habits, like reducing plastic use, saving electricity, and encouraging recycling. Plus, we are the future leaders, scientists, and policymakers. Our awareness and actions today shape tomorrow.
I agree that climate change is urgent, but honestly, I feel students alone can't solve it. The biggest responsibility lies with governments and corporations. They control industries, policies, and large-scale pollution. Students can raise their voices, but without systemic change, our efforts may seem like a drop in the ocean. That's a good point, Vikram. Still, movements like school climate strikes show that youth voices can influence governments and create pressure for change.
Exactly. Young people have shown that collective action works. Even spreading awareness on social media can inspire thousands. Many students are already part of environmental clubs, tree plantation drives, or campaigns that educate their communities.
Yes, but awareness is not enough. Sometimes people post about the environment online, but in reality, they don't change their lifestyles. For example, we still see a lot of food waste, excessive car use, or fast fashion purchases. If students want to make an impact, their actions need to go beyond words. True, I think practical steps, like using bicycles, carrying reusable bottles, or supporting eco-friendly products, can make a difference. Small habits add up when more people adopt them.
And let's not forget the role of education. Schools can include sustainability in the curriculum, so students learn about renewable energy, conservation, and green innovations. If we understand the science behind climate change, we're more likely to act responsibly.
Education is important, but again, affordability matters. For many students, worrying about climate change comes second to worrying about daily survival. That's why government support is key, providing clean energy, affordable public transport, and incentives for eco-friendly choices. So, to sum up, climate change is a global issue, but students do have a role through personal habits, awareness campaigns, and pushing for systemic change. Governments and industries must lead, but student participation is equally vital.
These days, I notice that almost every aspect of education involves technology. Online classes, digital textbooks, even AI tutors. But I keep wondering, is this shift entirely positive, or are we losing something valuable from traditional education?
I think technology has completely transformed learning for the better. It makes education more accessible. Students in remote areas can attend virtual classes, and resources like ebooks, online lectures, and learning apps break the barriers of geography and cost. Technology also allows personalized learning. Students can learn at their own pace.
That's true, but we shouldn't overlook the drawbacks. Not every student has equal access to devices and stable internet. The digital divide creates inequality, where wealthier students gain advantages while others are left behind. Also, too much screen time can harm eyesight, concentration, and physical health.
I agree with both of you. Personally, I've found online tools helpful for research and practice. But sometimes I feel traditional classrooms provide better discipline and real interaction with teachers and classmates.
Yes, but even classroom teaching can be enhanced by technology. For example, smartboards, virtual labs, and interactive quizzes make lessons more engaging. Also, artificial intelligence can help teachers track student progress and provide targeted support where needed.
But there's also the issue of distraction. Many students misuse devices during study time, scrolling through social media or gaming instead of focusing on learning. Technology, if not used responsibly, can actually reduce academic performance.
That's a valid concern. I've also heard people say that over-dependence on technology reduces creativity and problem-solving skills. Students sometimes copy-paste answers from the internet instead of thinking critically.
On the other hand, technology can also boost creativity. For example, students can use digital tools for art, design, video making, and coding. It gives them opportunities to express themselves in ways traditional classrooms may not allow.
True, but emotional and social development matters too. Face-to-face discussions, teamwork, and classroom debates build communication and interpersonal skills. Virtual learning often lacks that human connection.
So, to sum up, technology in education provides accessibility, innovation, and personalized learning. But it also brings challenges like inequality, distractions, and reduced social interaction. A balanced approach is needed to make the best use of it.
Lately, I've been thinking a lot about how social media affects us as students. It's such a big part of our daily lives, but I'm not sure whether it's more beneficial or harmful. What do you both think?
I think social media is a double-edged sword. On the positive side, it connects us to people and information instantly. We can share ideas, learn about global issues, and even collaborate with classmates online. Many students use platforms like LinkedIn or academic groups to build networks that help in their careers.
That's true, but the negatives are just as strong. Social media can be addictive. Many students spend hours scrolling through feeds instead of studying. It reduces productivity and affects focus, not to mention the mental health issues like anxiety and low self-esteem that come from comparing ourselves to others online.
Yes, I've noticed that too. Sometimes I feel pressured when I see my peers posting about achievements or lifestyles that seem so perfect. But then again, social media also provides entertainment and a break from stress.
Exactly. It's a tool. It depends on how we use it. For example, there are so many educational pages, podcasts, and webinars shared through social media. Students who use it wisely can actually enhance their knowledge outside textbooks.
But not everyone uses it wisely. Many get caught up in distractions like endless videos or gaming communities. This can lead to procrastination and poor academic performance. Plus, cyberbullying is a huge issue. Some students face harassment online, which affects their confidence and mental well-being.
That's a serious concern. I've also heard about data privacy issues. Social media companies collect so much of our personal information. Most students don't even think about how their data is being used.
True, but platforms are also creating awareness. Privacy settings and digital literacy campaigns are becoming more common. Students just need to take responsibility and be cautious about what they share.
Still, the influence on lifestyle is undeniable. Too much screen time can affect sleep, physical health, and real-world relationships. I feel many of us spend less time outdoors or with family because we are glued to our phones.
So, to sum up, social media has both benefits and drawbacks. It provides knowledge, connectivity, and opportunities, but it also brings risks like addiction, mental health problems, and privacy concerns.
I recently enrolled in an online certificate course, but honestly, I find it hard to stay motivated. Sitting in front of the laptop by myself feels lonely. In a physical classroom, I pay more attention and interact with teachers much better.
I see your point, but online classes offer flexibility that classrooms can't. Imagine someone who has a full-time job or a parent with children. They can't attend regular college easily, but with online learning, they can continue education at their own pace. It also reduces travel time and overall costs, which is a big plus.
That's true, but we should also note the strong value of classroom environments. In-person classes build teamwork, communication skills, and real friendships. Students participate in discussions, debates, and presentations. These social and soft skills are hard to practice during online learning.
Another struggle I face with online study is distraction. While watching online lectures at home, I often open social media or get up to check the fridge. In a physical class, I am under direct observation, so concentration feels easier.
But online platforms have been improving. Many now include live video sessions, breakout rooms for group work, quick quizzes, and discussion forums. Some even use virtual reality to replicate real classroom experiences. With technology, the gap between online and offline learning is narrowing every year.
That's exciting. However, there are still subjects where online cannot fully replace traditional models. For example, experiments in chemistry, engineering workshops, or art classes require hands-on practical activities. Watching videos cannot replace real physical practice.
So maybe the best future model is blended education. Theoretical knowledge can be learned online, allowing flexibility. Meanwhile, practical activities and group interactions can take place in classrooms. That seems like the best combination.
Exactly. Blended learning means students save money and time while still developing essential interpersonal skills. And even if people cannot access physical classrooms, at least they can keep progressing through online materials instead of stopping education altogether.
True, the debate is not about which is better, but how we can use both intelligently. Online provides access and flexibility. Classrooms provide structure and personal connection. Together, they create more complete learning.
I think I'll try to combine the two. I'll use online courses for flexibility, but I'll also join weekend workshops to interact with peers in person.
I keep feeling like my smartphone wastes too much of my time. For example, I turn it on to check one email, then I get distracted with Instagram or YouTube, and suddenly 30 minutes are gone. Honestly, I feel guilty afterwards because my work or studies get delayed.
I understand that, Kevin. But we also need to accept that smartphones are not the problem. It's how we use them. Phones are actually powerful tools. They keep calendars, record reminders, help with online payments, and give access to e-learning apps. The question is how much self-control people have when using them.
That's partly right, Aisha, but don't forget that these apps are designed to be addictive. Notifications, alerts, flashy icons, and the like system are built to keep us scrolling endlessly. It's scientifically proven technology companies purposely design apps so users spend maximum time there. Simply saying have self-control is not always realistic because people are fighting against a strong design system.
That makes sense. I often try a digital detox, but quitting completely doesn't work. Maybe a better idea is setting small rules, like not using my phone during meals or avoiding it 1 hour before bed. If I follow these small boundaries, I think my concentration will improve.
Yes, those are good steps. Another useful habit is to use the phone more for constructive purposes. For example, instead of browsing social media, you could listen to a motivating podcast, learn a new language through an app, track daily steps, or even meditate with apps. The phone should be your servant, not your master.
Another idea is to use technology against itself. Install apps that monitor your screen time, block distracting sites after a limit, or place your phone on silent mode regularly. These settings really help reduce compulsive checking.
I'll definitely try time tracking apps. My main worry is focus. I want to stop checking my phone every few minutes so I can complete my tasks faster.
Just remember, phones are here to stay. We cannot avoid them completely. The goal is not zero usage, but conscious and mindful usage.
I completely agree. Smartphones have benefits and dangers. If used mindfully, they can strengthen productivity. Otherwise, they can harm focus and relationships. It's always about balance.
So, less distraction, more intention. That's my takeaway.
Thank you for watching this video. Will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.